Hi everybody and welcome to another video of the FloPlan underground short-term scheduling system. In this video I'm going to be showing a pre-release of version 0.2 as we can see right here. I'm very happy to announce after several months that we're actually live on confluencemind.com, so the domain is registered and the application is available on the website, so you guys can come in and have a look and work with what we have running up until now. Again, this is a pre-release version, and as we continue to work through in the months advance, I'm going to be basically doing additional pre-releases until we get to the full version 0.2 scope. Right now we got more of a version 0.1 scope kind of running with everything that I showed in the video the last time working together, which is what I'm going to be showing in this video. So just to jump right into it, here I've got a data set with a couple of levels. And if we look over here, when we import these things, and we do that by going to the center line to do the import, every time we create a plan, we're going to get a default of 4x4. So if your drift size is different for the mine, change the default, and then when you import, it'll read through all the layers that you have in your DXF file, and it'll come through and actually just copy this all the way down. Now, what I want to be able to do is actually change the tunnel widths on some of these things. So if we look over here, we've got basically primary decline and secondary decline. So in this case, I'm going to be grabbing the primary decline and I'm going to be adding it to be basically a 5x5 tunnel width. And as soon as we do the save, that is being applied, and we can see here that the tunnel width has actually gotten a little bit bigger. And then with the secondary decline, we're going to turn around now and we're going to make the secondary decline 4.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to come in here, 4.5 by 4.5. And again, that'll redraw itself. Bit of an issue with the selection there, it seems. So show a couple of other features. Here we got the actual crosscuts, which is over here. So I'm going to basically edit that and make them smaller. So I'm going to make that 3.5 by 3.5. Should probably shorten the round length, but we'll leave it like that for now. And I want to show one last feature over here. All of these brown ones over here are actually in the ore. So, and these are called ore drift. So what I want to do is, once again, pick the ore drift. I'm going to edit it here, and I'm going to put this as ore. And what this will do is, if we look at the geology, it'll actually pick up the density differences, and it'll bring that into the tonnage calculations. So the important part here is that we have bigger tunnels, big, large, medium, and small. Okay, and if we zoom in on the intersection, you can see the size differences here. And that is actually applied over here. So all of the advance rates, or the way that we calculate the times, is based on the linear advance rates along the tunnel center line. So if we look at the actual tunnels, this is the rate. But we have this by development type here, and you can see the default rates are repeated. But with the primary decline being bigger, we can see that linear rate has gone down, and all of the rates are actually prorated relative to the 4x4, up or down based on the new size, so that we're going to get variable rates as we go along. In terms of the shifts, here we can edit them. So a typical change would be to make the shift actually start at 6 a.m. We can do that. Some mines, in my career, I've seen up to 5 shifts per day in some mines in some interesting locales. So we can add 3 shifts for day, afternoon, and night shifts. And for these mines that have more shifts than that, we can go even further. But to jump right into it, we're going to come in and we're actually just going to generate the schedule. But before I do that, and just so that it doesn't take too long, we'll just do it on a smaller data set like we've done in previous videos. So again, the workflow here is to come to the Centerline tab. We're going to hit the import button, and we're going to grab just one little level there with no ramp, and we can click on this actual Centerline. This OR drift is actually not connected to anything, so I'm going to delete it, and we're just going to schedule the subset as we've done previously. So when I come back to the wall outlines here, you can see that it actually has remembered everything that we've got going on, and I can come in now quickly to the tasks, and I can actually start to schedule. So the first thing is creating the base schedule, which are all the tasks that start at the start date. We create the predecessors, then we basically change the start and end dates of all the tasks to respect the predecessors. We're not working over shift change in general, so we're actually splitting the tasks, and then we're calculating all the reporting attributes, and we create a text file for download. So here we have that. If I click on the download button, we're going to see that a text file is going to come up. It has all of our task lists in this column, all of our start and end dates here, with task numbers that are ready to be, and predecessors that are ready to be imported into Microsoft Project. So from the last run, the download button is always available, so I don't need to save. And here we have all of our overall activities. As per normal, what we have over here is the actual schedule, and we can see we're not working for the first hour of the shift. And then we've got our drilling tasks, explosive charging, the delay until shift change. We've got our blasting, and if I can collapse the rounds over here, we're going to see once we move on the actual predecessor that shows that the dependencies based on the intersections. Okay, then again, jumping forward into the reports, we can see here that we're reporting per day. We're going on at an advance rate of 6 meters per day until we hit that intersection, and we can see we have 2 tasks ongoing at the same time. Switch that to month, okay, or week. Find out where we are at the end of the week, or shift. And we can see here, once again, we can actually download all of these results. Okay, so just to play this all through once again, we're working as Steph Canton at Confluence Mine, or Steph at confluencemine.com. That's my email address. That's me as a user. This is the plan that I'm actually working on, which is plan 1. So if I do a save as now, and I call this plan 2, what I'm going to get is a blank plan. So all of my values here are set to 0. This will be at 0 as well. And my new plan won't have any development in it, but it will remember all of the actual properties. So whether it's the activities definition or the shift definitions, they're going to be saved. And here we can see we have the ore and the waste densities. So those are generally just set once. So you create your default plan, then you just do a save as, and we can come in here now and basically schedule a new geometry. So I'm going to come in here and grab this guy over here. Okay, generate my wall outlines. So again, it's picking up all these definitions with my variable rates and create the schedule. So once again, we're creating all of the tasks that have, in this case here, the 6th of February as the start date. Every task starts then. We'll then add the predecessors, which will be the next step, which are the dependencies. And once those are there, we're going to use those to recalculate all the start and end times of the tasks, respecting the rules over shift change. After that, we go in and we stamp or we label, and if we're necessary, cut any task that goes over the shift change so that we can label them with a unique shift ID, and that's for reporting. And because the task now, if you're drilling or loading or doing it any task across the shift change, we have to actually calculate the attributes, as in what portion of that work is being done in what shift, so that we can then report on it. And the text file is generated. Okay, so you can see here I'm logged in. So if we log out, and if you go right now to confluencemind.com, you're going to arrive at our web page. From here, you can just click on the login button. From the login button here, just click on sign up, and then send me an email at steph@confluencemind.com, and you'll be able to register, but then I have to authenticate you in order for you to gain access to the application. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video for the Confluence FloPlan Underground Short-Term Scheduling System, and I'll see you on the next video.